So we finally have y'all back together. The band is back together. How does it feel being back?
Great.
It was good.
It was good.
You guys gonna give me a real answer or one of these PC answers, bro?
I am. I'm giving you the realest
We
answer
need
out
the
there.
unfiltered answers, bro.
It was-
Right now, you guys are like
Okay.
the Marlboro cigarettes
Okay.
that were filtered and everybody is smoking because
okay.
they're supposedly healthy.
I'll tell you the legit answer.
Yeah.
It was 100% positively very good that we're back. Is the best
Yeah.
answer?
How do you feel after flaking for 2 weeks? And finally, or
I did not
after
flake.
1 week?
Yeah,
one
you
week?
kind of ducked us for
Hey,
2
would
weeks.
you really have done the pod if homie wasn't here?
Yeah.
If
Oh, you did?
if Caballero wasn't here?
Yeah, but I just didn't want to.
You know, to
I
be
think it would've been
honest,
weird,
Wait, you didn't
bro.
do the pod?
It would have been. I would, but I feel like it would have been weird.
to be honest, I was gonna flake because first off, I didn't have the mic, the connector. I was about to order one.
I forgot to
It's
leave
okay.
it.
I was about to order one, but I forgot. And then I was like, man, Scourge ain't gonna do it anyways. I was like, I don't want him feeling uncomfortable, you know.
I thought you guys
We
really
have
did
to
it
we have
too.
to keep him like nice and comfortable. Like we gotta put a blanket over him and shit, and make sure he's comfortable for the pod.
Tuck him
Otherwise,
into the bed.
No,
yeah. Otherwise, if you're not here, then like you know
Give him a
he's
cup of warm
uncomfortable.
milk.
Yeah, it's like a cat. You're trying to lure a
Dude,
cat in, you know.
I
So
got
that's
you.
how
I
you
got
gotta-
you.
No, don't
That's how
agree.
you gotta lure
Don't
him.
agree with this
and-
bullshit. Don't agree with this.
And then when you pet him, he kind of starts purring.
Yeah. Right now he's like a stray cat. You know, he's like hella cautious and shit.
You guys, what about you? How'd you miss doing the pod, bro?
I always miss it. Honestly, I like doing the pods, but I just feel like an interviewer. Like I don't know how to describe
Hey,
it.
so coming back from the adventures,
Yeah, you came back from
I
Hawaii.
I would like to do a pod out in nature, bro. That'd be sick.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah.
sick.
In like not in the middle of a forest, but like in like a forest, like just chairs, and we had the mic, and be
Like,
like,
you know where the waterfall was? Like, imagine if we did it right there.
that'd be sick.
in Bohemian Grove.
Hey, did I send you guys the videos?
You're talking about Dancer. This time he snuck back into Bohemian Grove and he's
Did-
recording the rituals.
Yeah, did I send you guys those videos?
You sent me it, but
Oh.
I've seen the actual video like when he first went over there.
Yeah.
I saw the whole video, but this time he went back. Before he pissed on the owl statue too. That was crazy.
Yeah. So, to be fair, the videos I sent you guys, I haven't watched them.
What
To
a
be honest with
legend,
you.
bro.
We just haven't had the time.
I know. I have a feeling you just send whatever comes your way that has to do with
Random ass
something like
stickers
that.
does not respond to the group chat. But just sends for stickers and says,
Wait, what?
"Scourge, bro."
No, he's talking about IG,
Oh.
but
On
I know
IG.
he spams the stickers too. He don't read the messages because when I talked about the Trump incident, right?
Yeah.
Remember I texted it, and then bro goes like hours later, bro, Trump just got
Yeah.
shot.
Okay.
I was like, bro.
okay. To be
I was like, I said that like 3 hours ago.
to be fair, I was not paying attention to the group chat on vacation. I'm not gonna lie.
I could tell.
Like-
I was like, bro,
I
just
don't
threw in
blame
his 2
Like
cents.
I wasn't playing. Like even the other group chat I was in with your brother and the rest of the gym guys, I haven't responded in the last
Bro, now
in the
still, like,
last week.
He was CNN News
No.
and shit, breaking
Yeah.
news and shit. I was
Dude,
like, wow, bro.
When I told you that, I was like, damn, dude, these guys don't know about it yet. And then you're like, bro, really?
Yeah, dude.
And I was
The-
like, oh,
the text
never
message
mind.
was so funny because you sound so surprised.
I was.
I was like, bro.
No.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he read the message and he's still surprised about it.
No.
I thought maybe he thought it was like you know, fake, false flag. At
No,
first.
so I did. Okay, so check this out. This is how my day played out, right?
Yeah.
So I woke up, right? and
Context:
then-
you were in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii.
Vacation.
So I woke up. I went to go pick up the rental car, and then on the way back to go pick up everybody, me and my neighbor went to come back to pick up the rest of the people. We were on our way to Pearl Harbor, and then my neighbor was like, one of my neighbors in the back, he was like, "Oh, dang! Like Trump just got shot." Like, what? Really? Nah. And then they were watching the video, and they're like, "Yeah, check this out." So they told me, but then with everything else I was seeing like around me, I forgot about it. So, and when we were in Pearl Harbor, I heard some other people talking about it, but I wasn't paying attention. I heard someone was like, "Yeah, Trump just got shot," and I was like, "Whatever." I was like, do my own business, right? Walking around, and then
it registered in his brain.
no, and then we went to.
He's like, wait, what?
But yeah, no. So then
3
we
hours
went
later.
to the Dole Plantation, and then we went to the beach, and when we got back to the hotel, like around 9-ish, we were watching the news, and I was like, "Oh shit, Donald Trump got shot," and then I think that's when I texted you guys, and you were like, "Bro, did you even read the message really?" And I was like, "Honestly, bro, it went over my head."
Next time I'll send it with fireworks and shit, so that way like it captures your attention.
With the emergency emoji
Yeah.
and everything. I think it is.
Yeah.
We should have held an emergency meeting, like
should've.
FaceTime.
We should have FaceTime. Hey, you did send something. You said something like "Escape the Matrix," "Escape the
Oh,
Matrix,"
yeah.
and then "Escape the Matrix"
No.
with like the little thing.
No, you were saying.
Oh no,
he
it
was
was
like,
enough.
ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you here today.
Hey.
And then goes completely blank for 4 or 5 hours, and then he says.
Wait,
"Escape
when
the
did you
Matrix."
say that?
Bro? You remember? You remember? You
Wait,
saying
what?
that.
I don't even remember this, bro.
Tell your account of the story. What happened?
So basically,
I at, dude?
this guy texts in the group chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you today, and that's it. Goes blank, goes ghost for 4 or 5 hours, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I see
see?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fake news, and that's when I texted a picture of the of this.
And then he just sends stickers of
Is that
monkeys,
you?
orangutans.
I don't know. I don't know. I felt like just saying escape because that came to my mind. Or I just wanted to say something in the chat, so I decided to say that.
What were you doing at the time?
I think I was working. I was about to work. Yeah.
I was working.
But I decided to send that, just to check if you guys are alive. Sometimes I have to send stuff. You like that sticker or picture I
I'm gonna
sent?
make it a sticker now.
Yeah, I heard about that news, and then I don't know. All this stuff is something doesn't sit right. Seems seems like a play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But that's how politics is.
What are your thoughts about that, bro? We actually haven't talked about that. Do you think it was strange?
Not stage. I think
Should we talk about it?
we can give like a small summary of what we think each think.
I think it was. I think it was kind of not staged, but kind of set up.
Orchestrated.
Yeah.
Me too. I agree with Martin.
Yeah, I said it when it happened. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I was like, this is probably set up or orchestrated. The way everything played out, something didn't sit right about it. Today I was chilling at home. I was watching the trailer for Beetlejuice.
Oh, the new one.
The new
You
one,
seen the old
yeah.
one?
No, I've seen the old one.
Oh my, bro, watch the old one.
Yeah,
Do yourself a
come
favor.
on,
Good?
Ninja.
Yeah, don't be unfair to yourself. Watch that movie,
Is that
bro.
good or something?
It's a classic.
I want you to be cultured.
It's not just a classic.
Sorry.
It's a hood classic.
It's a hood classic.
It's
It's
a
hood.
hood classic.
It's hood sort of certified.
Do you guys believe, like these satanic cults have a large influence on mainstream media? Like, are there like people that let's say worship the devil or are heavily influenced by the devil that produce media?
Yeah.
That produced media?
Yeah.
I
For
think
example,
so.
like these movies, things like that.
I think so.
I believe it.
I think so. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Spotlight's on you, buddy. What do you think? You're being
I don't
interrogated
know.
under
Dude,
the light.
produced media is pretty crazy. I think that they worship, but produced media, I don't know.
You don't think so?
Wait, what?
You don't believe it?
Why do you think so?
Oh, I
don't
know
know.
so.
I don't
Because in media, they're always flashing like symbolism of all that stuff.
Yeah.
They always, it's like subconsciously, they're always trying to influence you. So like Disney, for example, it has like 666, like
Oh, you talk. Oh, damn.
like put in that. They said Walt Disney was heavily into magic and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Yeah. I mean, it might be surprising to you, but it's just like the symbolism. So, anyways, so Wonder Brothers, they're the ones that produced Beetlejuice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching the trailer.
For the new one, right?
Yeah. So I was watching the trailer, and there's a scene where the girl, the one that grows up, or she's young in that movie. What's her name? Lydia or something?
Lydia, yeah.
So she's young in the old one, but this time she's grown, right? So she goes, Beetlejuice, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
And right when she says that, the screen starts showing September 6th, September 6th, September 6th. 3 times.
And then what happens after that?
What is that show? The 6,
Six,
6,
six.
6. You know what
Yeah.
the connotation or the significance of that is? It has to do with the devil, right? But why would they put September 6th? Why would they put it on the movie on September 6th? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why would they flash it 3 times? Even though she says Beetlejuice 3 times. They could have just put September 6th, right?
Yeah.
They decided to flash it 3 times. That kind of like once you start seeing these symbolism, like it's not surprising, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. What's
Like-
another one like that?
There's like another one that.
You think it's coincidence?
Yeah, what if it's just coincidence?
Really? September 6th flashed 3 times.
Okay, but that's one example. What's another one though?
The Disney logo has 666.
Disney logo has 6?
Monsters Inc. You've heard of
the
them?
Disney
Monsters
logo
Inc. Yeah,
How's the
supposedly
Disney
Monsters
logo
Inc.
have?
I'll show you. But Monsters Inc. It's about, as kids we thought it was
Monsters Inc.
as kids we thought it was just monsters scaring kids.
Yeah.
For like that scare juice, whatever you call it. It turns out it's based off of adrenochrome.
Yeah, adrenochrome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when kids are scared, their adrenaline starts spiking up. So the glands, they release adrenochrome when their adrenaline goes up. And adrenochrome is what the elites supposedly drink to stay young.
The fountain of youth.
And you know how they get it? By making the kids.
Really?
Yeah, so if Monster Inc., the monsters are scaring the kids and they're harvesting some kind of potion, what does that relate to? The
The
adrenochrome,
worms,
right?
Yeah.
And then you have Pinocchio. So Pinocchio, you know the story behind that, right? Pinocchio, he's a puppet. He's trying to be a boy.
Yeah.
But all the boys, they're sent off to this island called Pleasure Island.
Pleasure Island, yeah.
Does that sound weird? Where little boys are sent?
To an island, yeah.
Pleasure Island. They're sent over there to the bad people, and it relates to real life where
Right.
the kids were being sent to islands and shit.
Yeah.
And that's like a Disney movie, bro. So you think that's coincidence?
No, that's not.
You get what I'm saying? So that type of shit, it's like
So that's like some sort of correlation with.
it has a lot of correlations. So they have a lot of stuff like that.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, a lot of it is. I mean,
But you don't realize it at first glance.
I didn't know until I started watching people doing breakdowns. But now, like when this type of shit happens, I pick up on it pretty fast now.
Really?
Like for example, that Beetlejuice going 6 times. I was like, oh, another.
Or you just knew it right then and there.
Yeah, another like devil thing, Because the people are gonna say, oh, they released it September 6th, but why would they flash the 666 3
Yeah.
times on the screen? You get
But
what I'm saying?
in another way, though, you can also say it's marketing.
Maybe
You know what I mean?
How so?
you could say that.
Because like a lot of people, they're intrigued by like 666.
Really?
Like people
We're
that
not-
are into
are we-
like the spooky
yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
because
like,
it's like
we're
it's like
talking about it
spooky
right
and
now.
Beetlejuice
Yeah.
is like spooky.
Like we're talking about it right now,
oh,
right?
he's saying to
Like,
be like bring
yeah.
awareness to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
oh.
it's
Marketing?
Yeah, it's marketing. Like if you release like a scary movie around that specific date, it's gonna attract hella people, especially people who like that kind of stuff.
I see.
Marketing.
And then you had Stanley Kubrick. He made a movie.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, he's the one that made what's that movie? Here's Johnny.
Oh.
The Shining.
Yes.
The Shining, right? He made a movie called Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that movie is about? It's about the elites. They have these parties where there's a lot of activities going on,
Mhm.
and it's only attended by rich people. And they do weird like rituals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can say that it happens in real life. But I don't know after how many days Stanley Kubrick died after that movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did they say a what?
I forgot. I don't know what happened. But I can get into another story. I was watching this cop. I was telling the story about the cop, the NYPD cop, right? But we can talk about that on the next episode because I don't want to get too much into it. But he was talking about how they have actual parties like that. When he was investigating, he found out there were actual...
Wait, give a quick preview. What property?
Okay,
I don't
so...
mind talking about it.
Huh?
Let's talk about it.
So I was watching this podcast. I'll insert the clip in here. So he said there's a kid. His name is Eaton, right? Eaton. So this kid, he's going to
Can you
school
go right
one
there,
day.
please?
He's going to school. His mother's watching him through the window, like I don't know what floor. It's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
She's watching him to make sure he gets on the bus. It's his first day to go to school. She's watching him. She gets distracted because one of the kids takes her attention away for like 15 seconds. Right when she looks back, the kid isn't there. So she assumes that he got on the bus stop and he went to school, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward the next, he doesn't come back from school, and then she starts calling the school, and they're like, he didn't show up. We thought maybe he took the day off, he stayed home. Well, anyways, he becomes a missing case. And then this cop that's on the podcast, he was, I'll give the podcast name. I forgot what the name was, but I'll look it up. So anyways, this cop gets hired on that case to find answers. and he gets directed. He comes in contact with a 1%er motorcycle member, club member, and this guy was locked up because he was abusing his infant daughter, right? And he was like, he said he tried to get cool with him, like play it cool. He's like, oh, he tried to like basically get him to confess. He's like, you're not a bad guy, you know, this and that. Just because you did that, you can be a changed man. To get answers. Anyways, he's like, I can only help you out if you give me information. So that biker, he tells him a story that when he was part of that biker gang, they were hired by these people to guard a satanic party. So he was hired to stand outside, pretty much be security, like bodyguards. And in the meanwhile, they're doing like these people. They were doing satanic rituals in the house or wherever they were at. And so these bikers, they weren't doing nothing satanic. But then he said at one point he got really cool with them because he got interested in the satanic cult rituals. And he said he started talking to him, and they started to like him because he started to develop a relationship with them. Well, anyways, they start to invite him over to the parties. And then he said he started witnessing these people doing satanic rituals. So they would take kids. Like one case was they took one of the kids and they pronounced one of the kids' names, and supposedly it was Eton. He's saying that it was one of the kids was Eaton, the kid that went missing at that party.
It was Eaton?
Eaton.
And this was the kid that went missing?
Yeah, but the cop said the biker, his name was Tiny. He said he was a big dude, like 6'4", 280 pounds.
Oh.
He said this guy, he was saying he was pronouncing Eaton's name wrong, but the cop believes that Eaton was really there. And he said before they were about to off the kid, he said he walked out, but he's assuming they like chopped the kid.
Yeah. So
Chopped the kid up.
They never found him, huh?
The Eaton kid, he was never found. He was never found.
That's crazy.
Dude.
And so he was saying that these guys, they're doing satanic rituals with these kids, and he got cool with them. He denied being involved in the rituals, but this
The biker?
yeah, the biker, he said that they would do disgusting things to kids. They would like pretty much abuse them and shit like that. So what it sounds like those Eyes Wide Shut parties, right? Because that movie took place in New York too. Anyways, going back to that story, he said that he started getting into the devil occult stuff. And the craziest part of this story, I mean, the other shit is crazy too, but the craziest part is back in I think it was the 1970s, this guy was talking about Bohemian Grove and the Bilderberg group.
What's that?
The Bohemian Grove?
No, I know what the Bohemian Grove is. What's
The Bilderberg, they're like this big group. They do like that shit too, like the elites. They're like the elites.
The same thing with Bohemian Grove did?
No, the Bohemian Grove's it's attended by these elite people.
Right.
But this is crazy because for that time, nobody knew about that shit unless you really were into that shit. You get what I'm saying? You had to back then you had to get into books and you had to know people. You had to hear about it.
Because there's no social media.
No social media.
Like there is now.
Exactly. No news was gonna cover it. They're trying to keep that shit on the low. You get what I'm saying? So for this guy to know that in the 1970s, he did his research, and he was definitely looking into the occult, or not occult, but the cult of the satanic cults.
Yeah.
And he mentioned the Bohemian Grove. That's the crazy part, because he was telling the cop, oh, I heard they're doing these types of things at Bohemian Grove. And Bohemian Grove wasn't even found out about until like 2000s by the public.
Wait,
I
so
think.
when you told the cop, did the cop even know what that was?
No, he had to describe it to him. But the cop now says that, oh, that guy was pretty smart because nobody knew about this shit at that time. So that's why he thinks he wasn't lying.
Because of his persona of being a big, strong, tough guy, and a protector, I guess people involved with the cult were attracted to him too. But again, he runs the security and he runs in and out. So the way the kid ties up, the way the kid ties up into this is that he, at some point, is in one of the houses, and he's watching this satanic ritual on this stage that they have built in the house, and they call out the kid by name, the little Eton kid. Now, they call him out, and at the time he didn't realize who the kid was, although he recognized the name, but he didn't know who it was. They call this little boy out. They do some kind of measuring with some kind of rope that they use for the ritual, and they're going to sacrifice him. They put him on an altar. He doesn't see the actual sacrifice, supposedly. He knows what's going to happen, but he didn't want to see it, according to him, and he leaves. Which, again, is right up the alley of, to me, ranks some truth, because a lot of bad guys, when they give a confession, they'll put themselves right up to the scene of the crime, but take themselves away from the actual crime.
Yeah. So these kind of things they've been around for years.
Oh yeah, the 70s. That's why I was like, man, I was glamorizing the 70s, 80s for no reason, bro. There were like people going missing and shit. They weren't even showing up on the news or nothing, bro. Like that's what they relied on. But anyways, going back, he said that him and his biker gang, one day some girl wanted to join his satanic, or do the satanic stuff, get initiated, right? With him and his bikers, not with the other elite people that he used to bodyguard for. But anyways, so he said they take her to this park. You know how New York, they have like the chess tables and shit just sitting there? They said that they're telling the girl, oh, we're just gonna give you like a small cut. You know, sometimes they take the blood out to do like an offering or that shit. Yeah. But they had a big ass sword, bro, and the sword is blunt, bro. And the girl doesn't know that she's about to get hacked by him. So they put the blindfold on her and everything. And then they said they just took that shit and they hit her in the chest with that shit, bro. With a blunt sword, bro. And then they crushed her diaphragm and she died. Dang. She thought she was going to get initiated. She got initiated to the afterlife, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he admitted to that murder. And then, but yeah, he said so. That was one of the cases he admitted to, but because he wanted to let the cop know, he's like, this is what happened. I don't want to like make shit up, you know. This is, I can give you like proof, because the cop was like, why should I trust you? You got to give me like real shit in order for me to work with you. So he gave him that story. And then he gave him the satanic cult story. He said like a lot of these guys, they're like having these satanic ritual parties, but poor cop couldn't find the kid. And he started hearing more about these cases. And then he was like, most of those people that were at those parties, by the time he got information about them, most of those guys were dead or gone. Right. And the one guy he did try to track, he lawyered up. And then he had an auto business or something like that. And then he lawyered up. And when the cop decided to go ask him questions again after a long time, the guy vanished, bro. He left with his family. He sold the business and shit that they had for like many years. And yeah, so he was saying that these satanic cults, they do exist, especially in the 70s, 80s. The host of the podcast, he asked him, he's like, who are the people that do these type of things, right? He said he found out it was the doctors and bankers, shit like that. The big people. Yeah, the people that had like normal lives, but they were high up there. And you would never know that they'd be doing this type of shit. Yeah. Behind the scenes. So
wait, you said it was popping like back in 70s and 80s. Do you think right now, yeah, but do you think it dialed down or no?
No, I think it's happening a lot because a lot of kids are going missing, but they're just more smart about concealing it. Because if you think about it, right, how much space is there in the woods and all that stuff? Like now these guys have bunkers or shit like that. You can have like underground places, right? How many places have we heard of that are like underground? They could be doing them over there, but this shit definitely still goes on. I think it might be even bigger.
Kids from out of country, like immigrants.
Exactly. I think that's why the wars happen. They take those kids. But he was saying that these guys, they're mainly targeting white teens or like white kids. Yeah. Really? Blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah. He said they were mainly going after those kids. But what are your guys' thoughts? You guys still think these satanic cults exist, or do you think people are being too paranoid?
I've always thought they existed.
I think they exist, yeah. I think it exists.
That's why I'm saying I think these big media companies, I think they're part of these groups. Yeah. And they're still doing these nasty things, bro.
No, bro. It definitely exists. It has to. Just, bro.
I don't think they do it for satanic reasons, though. I think they do it for, like, other reasons. Like, it's more of, like, I feel like they do it almost for like witchcraft. Like they do it because they want to stay in power and they got to do offerings, or they
that's
do
what it ties into.
Yeah, or they want to do it just to like stay rich. You know what I mean?
That's what it ties into.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like you're making a deal with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is, and you have to bring an offering.
Yep.
You know how back in the day, like they used to do the offerings for the gods.
Moloch.
Yeah, it's like that. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, they used to sacrifice kids back then. They still do it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these occultists, they follow the Satanist teachings because a big person they look up to was Aleister Crowley.
And it's like
It's
it's
their
kinda like-
belief
it's
that
like-
they
it-
think
yeah, it's like
they're
a-
gonna
it's-
make an offering to a deity,
it-
and the deity is gonna make them prosper.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys
No.
think there's crazy shit going on out here?
Hell yeah, we just don't know about it. But why I'm
Sick.
surprised is like the government, they go after everybody that doesn't pay taxes, all that shit. But then you got people doing this type of debauchery, and they're like trying to cover it up, bro. So you're
You know-
like, they're all in, not all, but like a lot of them are involved in it.
You know why?
That's all I
It's
can
because
say.
they get paid off.
Yeah.
You
It's
think
because
so? Is
yeah,
that corrupt?
yeah, they get paid
I
off.
think that a lot of them are involved in it, and they're getting blackmailed for that shit. And the people that do speak out, they end up,
merch.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all.
scared his life about to change.
Hey, you know what I find crazy though? What I find honestly very, 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 very disturbing that like it happened out in like the open, and no one's actually said anything about it until we talked about it in I think our group chat one day. Was the whole Boeing thing,
Mm-hmm.
the whole Boeing incident.
Oh, yeah.
Like all these whistleblowers came out and they all magically just got offed
Mm-hmm.
or disappeared. Like that's crazy, bro. Like, do the general population not think that's sketchy?
I mean, if they're not paying attention to this satanic cults and shit, they're not gonna pay attention to that. You get what I'm saying?
But you know what I mean though, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
it was
bad.
so obvious.
Hey, so when you were on the plane, were you tripping out about it? 'Cause
The first
you were
flight I
flying.
was.
Bro, it's like my door's about to fly off.
So
Strap me in.
the first flight I was because it was a smaller plane,
Yeah.
but the second flight back, it was more comfortable. It was a bigger plane, and the seats were a little bit more comfortable. But when I was looking out, I was like, the whole time I kept thinking like, fuck, this is a Boeing. But then I was like, it's whatever. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. It is
Damn.
what it is.
Damn.
Bro, I was gonna jump into the water.
That's when you're on a Boeing. That's what you think about.
So I want to hear your thoughts, bro. What do you think of all this? You think it's true or you think it's fake?
I think it's true.
it's true.
I think it's true, man.
Have you partaken in these kind of activities?
No.
Okay.
Bro's trying to make him do a false interrogation confession right here, bro. This fool. But yeah, I just start like, even though I've like known about this stuff, I still get like surprised every time, like intrigued. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like here's another case, here's another case, here's another
Well,
case.
you know why I think we get like that is because we don't hear about it on a daily basis.
I think so, yeah. And like so many people are walking around.
Yeah.
No, sometimes I look at people. I'm not even saying it in a negative connotation. I'm like, do these people even like know what kind of like? I mean, I don't know shit, but I'm like, do they even know like the shit I know? Like, you know, because like once you start thinking about shit, you're like, life ain't what like. We're like also busy thinking about like
Money, work,
mundane
kid,
stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's people out here getting like chopped and shit, bro. You're like,
What I have to remember
Shit.
sometimes at the end of the day is that like, because I get so wrapped up in not even a bubble, but like in my square or whatever. Sometimes I'll look outside of the box and I'm like, dude, like, all this shit doesn't matter, and none of this matters. We're just a small piece, a little tiny speck. But and then people still have, like, they forget about all this other things going on, like what we're talking about, like
yeah.
these Satanist cults and the Boeing shit, like they're oblivious.
They'll just write it off. They'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, you're
it's-
just being paranoid.
It's whatever, but they're more worried about what they're posting on IG and the Snapchat and
Yeah.
what they're gonna wear,
Exactly.
shit like
bro.
that. You know, like that's crazy, bro.
I know I can't wrap my head around that. They're worried about like Gucci designer, like what am I gonna wear to make this?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, this fool, he's just jealous I have this. Oh, I'm gonna show this fool what's up. This fool ain't shit. I'm gonna pull up in a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, all this crazy nonsense is going on. Like we're literally falling apart.
But isn't that pretty crazy that like how good of social media does to like keep it hidden?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like this Nick Bryant Epstein video I tried finding for this case I was researching. They had that shit suppressed, bro. I had to like dig a couple of pages to find that shit.
What was I looking up? I was looking something up on YouTube like a few weeks ago, and I couldn't find anything on it. It was like 2 or 3 videos on it.
On what?
I forgot. I'm trying to remember what I was looking up. Was it the Anunnaki? No. It was the Anunnaki. I was looking for something on the Anunnaki, but I typed it in differently, and nothing came up. It was like 2 or 3 videos, and that was it.
What's the
We can talk about it on another one. Basically, it's a thing. They're saying that
There are
aliens from another
beings before
planet
us.
came here. They combined DNA with a chimpanzee or a primate or something, and then we came to be, and we were supposed to be slaves over here. But they gave us some kind of, we got some DNA that made us hella smart, and put us in competition with them. But they tried to like,
No, we revolted against them.
oh, okay,
So what it goes along the lines of like we revolted against them,
and they set us back.
and a few of the Anunnaki that stayed on Earth got accustomed to us or how we were, and so they revolted against the main Anunnaki that left.
Yeah, and it created a whole
Yeah,
war.
and there was a whole war. Yeah, which is why the Anunnaki back home from their home planet created the flood. Like the flood was something meant like Anunnaki made, stuff like that. I get more into the videos of like the stuff that we talk about, like old ancient civilizations, like
I
the
like
people
that too.
before us, how there was giants here. Oh, speaking of that, so when I was in Hawaii, when we were on the ranch, that Kona Ranch or whatever, they were talking about demigods, like the old Hawaiians, like because the Hawaiians, the natives, they're equivalent to what were the people here before us? Native Americans.
Natives, yeah.
They're equivalent to Native Americans, right? So the Hawaiians, they believe in a couple of the demigods, and there's a story, there's a like a folklore or whatever you want to call it, that one of the demigods slays a dragon or like a serpent on the island, the island on Oahu. How was that?
Yeah.
And from a certain vantage point, there's a peak. I don't know if I took a picture of it. There's a peak, and the peak looks like the head of a dragon, and you can see the eyes and the hills going up and coming down. It looks like the dragon's back, and then the bottom looks like the tail. But you can clearly see it, clear as day.
Oh, shit.
So a lot of people think that the mountain range right there, that peak, it's a dragon that just is old and kind of just is there, right here. Like, it's hard to see it from this angle, but like that's the back, and over here is the eyes and the mouth, and they come back down. It kind of has like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but
It's funny you bring that up. I got reminded of you because I was watching a video and you were at Pearl Harbor. So they were saying there's an island in Japan the U.S. soldiers got sent out to. They said that when they went there, they said there was no Japanese reinforcements, like barely anybody, right? And they're like, this is strange. Usually every island we went to had a lot of reinforcements. So later on, they come to find out they didn't really have Japanese soldiers there because at nighttime, supposedly there was like a old giant tribe deep in the jungles. They were eating these fools at nighttime.
oh yeah,
You heard
Yeah,
about
I
that?
heard about that, yeah.
They said these Japanese soldiers, they were like getting attacked by them and shit, and like getting eaten. So like, they didn't even send anybody over there. Yeah, it's a crazy like video. I was like, what the hell, bro? And they said these old tribal people, they were beefing with those giants for like years, bro. Because like those giants would come and they would like eat one of their people or like take one of their people, stuff like that. Or they would go in the jungle, they'd be missing.
You guys think there were giants?
I believe there was giants.
I believe there was giants. I actually be watching a lot of videos on that.
They have tombs
Yeah.
that were like hella like long. But the Japanese giants, those are different though from the giants I'm thinking of. They were like actual like man eaters and shit.
Not like giants.
Yeah, I don't know if the story's legit, but that shit was crazy, bro. I was like, imagine trying to sleep, bro. You're in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
You're getting attacked by giants on one side and then the other people on the other side, bro.
Yeah, I believe in giants. So I believe they used to roam the earth. Why do you think there's redwoods? I believe the forests and stuff like that were like that before us.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like the giants though, like that we had, they were Anunnaki.
The giants?
Yeah. I feel like that's what they were.
I don't even know if I believe in the whole Anunnaki theory, but it is interesting though.
I kind of do. It makes sense. I know there's no proof of it, but it kind of makes sense.
Dude, that's crazy. This is some mind-blowing information, guys.
I know for sure. I believe that that flood, that the Noah's Ark thing, it happened for a reason, and it has a lot of people. Every text in the world talks about it.
About
The flood. Yeah. Know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Hanji.
Bro's about to make a boat.
We already have a boat.
A big ass boat.
We already have one.
This Forerunner?
It's in Antarctica. That's the new Noah's Ark. You heard of it?
Mm-mm.
You guys haven't? I think I've told you guys. I think
You
I've
told me
once.
they have like berries and shit.
They have like one of
Frozen
each
pigeon.
species.
Yeah, they got
frozen. DNA frozen.
They got a pigeon over there?
Files. One of each species is frozen. Like their DNA is frozen. In case of any. They even have diseases, bro.
Did they bury Queen Elizabeth over there?
I don't know. But they
That
have
old
disease-
hag?
But they have diseases too. In vials, frozen, bro. That's
Damn, bro. Why they want diseases over there? That's
crazy.
crazy.
For cures, this is what they say. They said they have one of each past and present diseases, because if anything were to happen to this world and they have to restart all over again, then there's a disease where they can make an antibiotic out of.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, I got lucky. Now I see why my parents were kind of overprotective. Because, I could have been one of those missing kids. Like the way I used to kind of roam around and shit.
Yeah.
It was not good,
Were you
bro.
always one of those kids that would like that be
I'd always be outside, bro, but
that always be like lurking? Like
a little bit. But I didn't go too far from the house unless I was in a group.
Hmm.
That was one thing smart we did.
yeah, my parents also said that too.
What?
Like I cannot go like 2 blocks, even a block away.
Yeah, now I look back, I'm like, damn, bro, I could have even gone picked up from my street, bro.
Dude, but
without
nowadays
anybody
kids are
knowing.
going like
Yeah.
all the way across.
Hey, so what are your thoughts about all this? Like what I just
Yeah,
said,
Skeeter's
man.
like, we want to know your input.
Like right now, you're just giggling and shit.
Yeah.
I
No.
think you're high.
I'll tell you after a while I was laughing.
Okay.
I'll tell you after a while I was laughing.
Okay.
Okay, this is actually pretty crazy. Cause like I believe some stuff, but like I'm not used to like because like I told like I was growing up thinking a certain way and only that way. So all this new information is like, dude, like now I gotta think a different way.
I mean, we could be full of shit. You
That's
don't
the
have
thing.
to believe it. I'm just presenting like what I heard, bro.
But you're presenting like a new perspective. So I'm just
I'm
like
ju-
thinking about it. Like,
I'm
You
just
can take
saying
what I say with a
'cause
grain of rice, bro.
I
What are you
believe
telling
that
me?
guy. I believe that cop. I don't think he has a reason to lie, especially if he was involved in these high-profile cases.
yeah.
And that's not even the thing that makes me believe it. It's like there's so many people that are reporting the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
how can so many people be lying? And especially like in these cases where you have kids saying they witnessed it and they got put on lie detector tests and like their testimony still got thrown out.
What do you think?
You know?
At the end of the day, what do you think it is? Do you think
I
it's,
think it's both, bro.
Do you think it's knowledge is power, as they say, or you think money is power?
I think
Knowledge.
Wait, and for you think knowledge?
For me, it's knowledge
Oh.
because if I tell people, or I think about this all the time, if I was like, if I could wish for anything in the world, it'd be to have unlimited knowledge without going insane.
I asked
Yeah.
you that question too. I remember. And you
Did I
said
say
no.
that?
But I mean,
Yeah.
to the normal folk, do you think it's knowledge is power or money is power?
I think it's money.
They're gonna say knowledge because it sounds like some kind of fancy IG like
but I think
thing,
it's money.
but it's money to them, yeah.
It's money.
For me, at least I can use knowledge to get by, right? If I,
I
have
agree.
knowledge of everything,
Common
I can,
sense, you know
like
what I mean?
wouldn't even have to like, if they're like you had a certain cap on the money you could make, I'd still take knowledge, right? But if I was supposed to be broke and shit, then nah, I couldn't just do knowledge. But you know,
You think?
I'd rather take knowledge
Knowledge for me.
because that's what I do in my free time, bro. I'm always like looking for knowledge. Like all this stuff, it's not like I'm getting paid for it, you know. I'm just doing it to like be well informed myself.
Honestly,
'Cause
man, if I could trade in a lot of things to know secrets of the world, I would do it.
Bro saying he'd sacrifice us, bro. You hear that?
No, like certain, like for example, like if I can give some of my possessions out, like to gain old secrets and knowledge of the world, I would do it.
What's one knowledge you want to know, or like one important piece of information?
For one is I want to know how life started. I don't want to know the short version of it, like how they talk about in the
If you had
Bible.
to pick one out of everything,
Oh, out of
anything you
everything?
could know, like one piece of
Ooh.
knowledge that would like carry you through life.
Fuck. Oh man, I don't even know. That's a hard question. I have so many, bro. I have like so many that I want to like. There's so much shit I want to know. It's crazy. Like I have like a list. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question.
Where you go first?
Me, it'd
I
be
couldn't
how to
answer it.
navigate this life being pretty much untouchable,
I couldn't.
Just like-
answer it.
not being able to like be under anyone's rule, but just to live like have my own immunity to everything, live like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I can just get to the other side, like living how I want to live,
Yeah.
without, you know,
The secret
anything.
recipe.
You have more of like a personal. I would have like other questions.
You want to know like the reasoning behind stuff,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
what happened in the
and
past.
the whys.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah, I want to know that
I'm
kind
like-
of stuff.
I'm like if I had one like wish, I just wish for that type of knowledge.
Yeah, like I
No,
want to know
for
why
sure.
we're here, why were we here, why we're here, how did we get here? Are there other beings out there for sure? Like I want to know who they are, where they're at, what kind of past technologies we've had that been hidden from us, new technologies are out there that we don't know about. What the whole purpose of colonizing space is for. Like I want to know just all that shit. Like all of that stuff is what I want to know.
I wonder what the answer would be.
What
I don't
about
know.
you,
I don't know.
Let's see.
bro?
I
Look
want-
for the secret recipe for the Wonka bar.
Yeah. So basically, how everything started, and why we're here.
Okay.
Main two.
Do you guys really think you'd be satisfied after learning that?
No.
I think that would just leave us with more.
Honestly,
Question.
it
I
would
think-
leave me with more questions.
I think it would leave us
and
more
answers.
like more unsatisfied,
So is
so
it
to
better if we
say,
don't know any of this then?
Yes.
Right?
in a way.
I think so because it's like a hamster wheel. It's better that we don't know it because we're trying to chase those answers for ourselves. But if we know it, then we're always gonna have more answers. Then we're
Right.
gonna have more questions.
Because then I
And
think
more answers.
the way we're programmed biologically, even after we find out what's next, we're still gonna feel like we're lost on the next mission.
most definitely.
Yeah, because okay, say for example, we do figure out all those questions, right?
Yeah, like your purpose
Yeah.
say it was just to be a good person. You think
Yeah.
people would be satisfied with
like
that?
okay, so
No.
then what do we do after that? Like what do we do? Like what would our purpose of life be after knowing those questions? Like say tomorrow you wake up and you know why we're here, how we got here, what your outcome is and stuff like that. Like you know all that shit. Like what would you like? What would your whole purpose of after that would be? Are you gonna continue living life the way you are?
I think-
dude?
I think we would be.
It'd be hard to.
I think it'd be really hard.
It would be really hard.
Wouldn't
to.
it be hard if you got your question answered? Or you think you'd be chilling?
For me, I just need one piece of information. I told you I'd be chilling.
Yeah, no.
But
for
I'd
me-
s-
for me,
Like
I
that
just-
one information, yeah. But I
Well,
wouldn't
yeah.
ask. Like, I already have my belief of why we're here.
But don't you think it would just like lead you with more questions?
For me, it would be.
No, me personally, all I know is we'd be unsatisfied, because that's how humans are.
I would definitely be unsatisfied with that. I would want to
that's
know
it.
more. I would have. The thing about me is I like to ask a lot of why questions for no. I don't know why I do that, but
Yeah.
I do that.
I think that just leads to endless path.
And yeah, it does.
Most definitely.
But it's in my way. I think how I think about it is like I don't. The reason why I like to ask a lot of why questions is because why would you not want to know the background of things?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're just gonna be programmed to like just do things
Yeah.
as you're told instead of knowing why you want to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of that. It's been a pretty long pod. You guys have a good night. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye bye.